Hey everyone, Larry Walsh here, and this is Channelnomics in the Margins. The topic of today is the word that's on the tip of everyone's tongue. It is the trend that is going to drive this industry for the next decade and beyond. It is going to generate fortunes beyond the riches of avarice. Of course, I'm talking about ecosystems. Now, ecosystems is when resellers and vendors can tap into a broader spectrum of other companies that produce complementary technologies and services that can be put together to create systems or packages that are sold on to the customer that create greater value for everyone. And through ecosystems, we're able to uncover new opportunities and get to new customers and generate more revenue. Now, ecosystem is inescapable as a term, as a talking point. Everywhere I turn, I hear people talking about ecosystems. It's in channel literature. It's in channel marketing. At the recent Channel Focus North America event, I was talking with some people, and they were talking about, well, ecosystems. They're new. They're fresh. They're the future. Channels. Channels are old. We have people who are now changing their titles to vice presidents and chief ecosystem officers. In fact, I was talking with the channel chief the other day for a very well-known company, and we talking, the topic of ecosystems came up, and he says, "Oh yeah, I forgot to change my title to include that." And we have some out there that are positioning themselves as ecosystem experts and gurus. That they are the guides to this new future, and saying that this is the era of ecosystems. This is the decade of ecosystems. And when I hear that, I kind of snicker, outright laugh. I know it's true. I know ecosystems is a real trend. I know it delivers real value. I know that we're in the decade of ecosystems, just as we're in the decade of ecosystems last decade, and the decade before that, and the decade before that. The technology channel specifically, was built on the concept of ecosystems. Go back to the late 1970s and the early 1980s when IBM was building the PC market. There were there was a lot of operating systems back then, but they were able to build a partnership with Microsoft, tapping in to build a symbiotic relationship between two companies that had complementary products, that created a platform where other software developers and publishers were able to build applications that would ride on the operating system, MS-DOS at the time, and the IBM PCs, and then ultimately all the IBM clones that came along. That was an ecosystem. Now, we didn't always call it an ecosystem. In fact, I go back 20 years, almost 20 years ago, when I was the editor of our business, and we talked about ecosystems back then. We debated whether or not ecosystem was an appropriate topic to describe this networking effect. We thought it was too tied to ecological issues. To call it an ecosystem would actually confuse people. But now it's been fully embraced. I have no problem with it. Um, the problem I have with ecosystems is that it's not new. It's endemic to our business. It's something that we have always done. It's something that we need to do. And just because we've put a label on it doesn't make it new or special. It is a part of everything that we should be doing in channels. And now there are companies out there that are developing methodologies and systems to automate and orchestrate ecosystems. Go talk with our friends over at 360 Insight. They're doing fantastic work around helping companies build the infrastructure to be able to capitalize and drive and manage ecosystems. But this is something that is an evolution more than a revolution. This is more of building at scale and driving faster and better results. But it's always been there. And in fact, there are numerous examples that we can go and point out to show that this ecosystem effect, the ecosystem model, has been around forever. Now, if we want to talk about optimizing it, if we want to talk about automating it, if we want to talk about taking it to another level of productivity and predictability, that's a, these are good topics. But calling ecosystems new, revolutionary, entrancing, that's not on the agenda. That's about all for now, everyone. If you like what we're doing here on In the Margins, please hit the like button. Hit subscribe, tell your friends. Until next time, we'll see you then.